We're at Photo Booth Expo 2019 looking at some of the cool things at the show, and I wanted to show you something here from Atlanta Photo Booth. I've got Steve Lynch here. Steve, you guys are going to be showing a system that is really kind of flexible this year with the photo booth. The handheld can go into the, well, let's just kind of look at all the aspects of it, because you can buy one head that can be used in a lot of different ways.
Yes, that is true. We've designed this to be a modular system so that all of our heads will work with all of our different units. So in addition to being able to choose whatever size iPad or Surface Pro you'd like to put in it, you can also take it and use it with any of the other devices. So if you own one piece of our equipment, you can actually mix and match them. So if you chose to have a Surface Pro model or an iPad model and you wanted to go between them, they easily will mount on top of each other with the same exact mount.
So right now we're looking, of course, at the stand, and of course the top could be either device. Now we can take that top off, and we can let's wander over here to the venue, or the rover, excuse me, which they're moving around finally. Okay, so that'll come to us. Now the same top, how tough is it to be able to attach it to the rover?
Well, it's just one little quick release thing. So you'll see here. It's a simple matter of just reaching underneath. There's a screw knob, and it will come off right like that. Now the wire is in there, so you would need to disconnect it from the power plug inside, because the rover will power your iPad as well. And then you simply just tighten it back up and pop it on. So once it's on there, it's locked in with a little vise, and it will not come off unless you want it to come off.
And of course, we're seeing the battery capability on the sides of that. You can have two batteries. What kind of a run time are we going to get when we have it running as a kind of a handheld battery-powered unit?
The Sony NFP batteries, the 8500 milliamp hour ones we're using here, will actually run somewhere in the ballpark of 6 hours on a set. So you can run them one at a time. You do not need to have both batteries in. So if you ever forget to charge them or something like that, you can have one charging while the other gets ready. And you can have both of them in for symmetry, or you can have just one if you need to. But they do run for quite some time. Now, most people do not run the light on ooh-ow bright all the way up. If you do, you will get significantly lower battery life, but there's absolutely no reason to run the light ring at its full brightness. We run it about a third, and we get absolutely beautiful pictures even in complete darkness.
And of course, the light ring has two different color temperature of LEDs. It looks like you've got kind of a warm and a cool in there.
Yeah, we're one of the only ones I've seen that actually use the bicolored lights. I like that because it allows you to compensate for harsh light or take the bluish white tint off of people and whatnot, as opposed to just having the bright white ones. The iPads and stuff, you can compensate in there, but it's really nice to just be able to do fine adjustments on the fly, especially if you're moving around and your lighting conditions change.
So now let's look at the changes here. Now we've got our model bringing over the handheld version, looking just splendid here this morning. Now for the times when I want to be able to walk around, this is going to be a great option. What's the difference now between the ring light and the head part with this than what we've been looking at?
Absolutely nothing. We actually give you now two back plates for the unit, so that you have one for roaming and one for mounting. We did have the style last year that had the handles built on, but a lot of people asked us if we could kind of clean the back up so that they could put branding and stuff on it. So what we did is we made two plates, one of which has a big open area for branding, and the other which is easily mountable for roaming. So that way it's a simple 4 screws, and boop, boop, you can go from one to the other and just go roaming around the place.
Now you mentioned branding. I was looking at this on the back. You've got this really cool little plate capability on the back. Now, if I wanted to have my company on there, is that something that I could have that put in that area?
Yes, we can laser cut an emblem for anybody with any type of logo on it. We can make a larger one, a smaller one, but that's just a perfect place for an emblem. So we usually ask people, what would you like on there? And that will go on your plate.
And I noticed with the new stands, you've got a little bit wider stand here, so I can put things on the front if I wanted to.
Yes, we've made it. It is steel, so you can magnet things to it, and you can also wrap it. And we have also put integrated power connectors and USB pass-throughs into the unit now. So whereas with an iPad you may not use that, if you're using a Surface Pro or something, you can actually run your printers down through there. Or because these are the Neutrik reversible ones, you could actually change it so that you could run power up as well. So you could run, say, your light head off of the power port over here, off of the regular Edison connector, and you could charge your iPad off of the USB connection. You also have two Edison plugs down here, so you can plug in other devices such as a printer or a secondary light or some other sort of charger.
And again, the flexibility, I can use it for a variety of different things, so I can order it the way that I'm going to be wanting to use it.
Yes, correct. You pretty much specify what you'd like. We set them up to fit the largest tablet, and we use spacer kits to make it so that you can use all the other ones. So it's a simple matter of 4 screws inside, and you can change your faceplate, so you're not stuck with one model.
You know, Stephen, I want to go completely wireless. There are times where I didn't want to run an extension cord, that tripping hazard. With this, can I come up with a solution that would allow me to go completely wireless?
Yes, sir, you can. Because the head itself will run completely on its own batteries, you can get about 4 hours out of an iPad before it'll drop off when you're doing Wi-Fi and everything. What we do is we like to use the little small battery panks that you can get for very little money, and I actually stick them on the back, and that will buy you extra hours without adding extra weight. You can run this 100% battery if you wanted to. The LEDs are currently running on 120, so you would not be able to use your LEDs as of now. I'm probably going to add a 12-volt adapter so that you could also run the LEDs on the side with batteries as well, but that is not coming that way as of right now.
If a person decided they didn't want to have the stand with the LEDs, do you have another stand option available?
Yes, we do have the classic stand, the classic venue pad stand, which looks exactly like what's on the Rover right now, with the round base that's on the Venue Pad Plus. So you can in fact just get the non-LED version, which a lot of people do like. I mean, we actually still like those because we can just carry it in, basically running, and place it where we want, and I can disappear. So I don't have to sit and tape things down or anything. And if somebody wants it moved for, say, cocktail hour to the veranda and then back into the room or something like that, even a little cupcake girl can just come pick it up and whoop, move it because it's less than 35 pounds.
Quick, simple, portable systems, very nice. Steve, if people would like to go and find a spot to order, find more information, where can they go?
AtlantaPhotoBooth.com.
We'll put that link in the description below so you guys can check it out, but we are at Photo Booth Expo 2019.